Well, hey, Matt Richmond, welcome back to another great episode of your podcast. How are you today?
Pretty great, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. It is a great day, and I'm super excited to be here with you and talking today as we launch kind of a mini series of sorts on your podcast. We're going to walk through every chapter of your book, Ironclad Retirement. And we're just going to do a few minutes on each chapter, and that's going to really form kind of an umbrella, I think, for our audience. This is a great starting place for people to binge, I guess, your podcast. If they're not listening to it every week, they can come back and binge all of these, and it will give them an idea of what's in every chapter of your book. Then get a free copy of your book at your website. But today, what we want to talk about is chapter 1 of your book. And that chapter, I think, is titled The Income Shield. So what is, Matt, what is the income shield, and why is that important?
Perfect, Michael. Thank you. Yeah. So the income shield is really setting up a guaranteed income stream in retirement. And why that's important, or why we believe that's so important, is because retirement is not about accumulation anymore. It's about decumulation and distribution of those funds. And so a way to secure that that never runs out is the only way you can do it is through guaranteed income streams. And that's what that income shield does, is it sets you up for success through creating a private pension, if you will, to guarantee income is always going to be there, whether your original funds have run out or not.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to secure that for individuals.
Okay, so now you use some words, some terminology. I'm going to boil it down because some of us don't understand everything you just said. Accumulation. Unpack that. So that's like the money I'm saving as I'm working. Is that I'm
Correct. So accumulation is what we're doing from, we'll say 18 to 60, 18 to 65, whenever individuals want to retire. Every week, essentially, depending on how you get paid, or every 2 weeks, et cetera, you are contributing funds for most individuals these days, because pensions are few and far between anymore.
yeah,
You're contributing to your 401k plans or your 403bs,
right,
457s, et cetera. And you're doing that at 100, 200, $300 a week, whatever it may be that you contribute. And then your employer sometimes will be matching that for you.
okay,
And that's that accumulation phase where you're trying to dump this money into there to grow, so that you have a nest egg or a large sum of money once you get to retirement. Because now, once you have that nest egg and you're not working anymore, you're not contributing anymore. You're not
right,
generally saving into that plan anymore. And so you've got to be able to sustain that income for 30 years, because you don't want to have to downgrade your lifestyle just because you retired. I mean, that's what you worked hard for. And
right.
so that's what that accumulation phase is for, is to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So we accumulate money over years of working. We get to retirement. We have this nest egg, as they call it, right? And then we move into retirement. We leave our company, so we stop getting a paycheck every 2 weeks.
Right.
You go gulp, right? And you look at your nest egg and you go, I've now got to make that thing last for the next how long, right? Because you don't know when you're going to die.
Right.
So a lot of people play the roll the dice game, and they say, well, I will play with this and take less, and they don't have the confidence or the security of knowing for certain that they're going to have income all of their life. Because right, so unpack how
Right.
an income shield could play into that to help them know they're going to have a paycheck for the rest of their life. It's just moving from their employer to their nest egg, I guess, is who's making the paycheck now, right?
Right, exactly. Because when we move to from defined benefit plans to defined contribution plans, a defined benefit plan was those pensions that a lot of employers used to offer.
Okay.
All the responsibility fell on the employer.
Right.
When we switched in the 80s and the 401k was created, it essentially switched all the responsibility to the employees and what the stock
Mhm.
market was doing. So they do that accumulation phase, and then they get into retirement, and you've got your nest egg that you've got to make last. Well, again, you have your standard of living that you're at. So let's say you need 5,000 a month coming in to maintain the same lifestyle you had pre-retirement.
Right.
Well, you no longer have a paycheck. So
Mm-hmm.
where is that money going to come from? And how are you going to ensure it lasts forever?
Mm-hmm.
Well, just withdrawing funds can't do that, because if there's a market crash,
Mm-hmm.
taxation, longevity, like you mentioned, you don't know how long retirement's going to last. And
Right.
so if you only plan for a 5 or 10 year retirement, but it lasts 30, you're going to be in a bit of trouble come years 10, 12, 15, 20, etc. And
Right.
so having a guaranteed income stream set up through programs and products that we can help clients create to make that, again, private pension, that secures that they will always have that income coming in, because it turns it into a guaranteed income source, just like Social Security, where it's going to be coming into them.
Right. And I love the what'd you call that? A personal pension? Is that what you call that? Or a private
Private pension.
a private pension plan. I love that. So my grandfather retired from the state police force in Indiana, and he had a pension. My dad was a fireman in Indiana. He retired. He had a pension, right? And then he had Social Security. So he had two checks that were going to come to him for the rest of his life, right?
Right.
And well, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have a pension. So I like this idea, this concept of creating a private pension plan that will allow me to have a paycheck for life. And that's really cool because most people, I think they like the idea and the concept of a pension. And I know some school teachers still have it, some government employees still have it, but they are kind of rare breeds, right? Um,
Right.
Farmers, you grew up farming, right? They probably don't
Right.
have pensions. I don't know, but we need to think about the concept of a pension is the check came every month. You knew
Right.
on January 1st, you wake up and I know every month I'm going to have a check coming in for $4,500, whatever it is, right? I
Right.
don't have to worry about that. What
Right.
am
Think
I
about
going
the
to do with my
stress
other
that
money?
takes off of you. The
Ah,
stress in retirement, and just knowing that, hey, I don't have to worry about what's going on around the world or with the market. I just know every month my check's going to be coming in. It does
yeah.
a lot, not just monetarily, but it can relieve stress, which can help out your physical health, mental health, everything.
Yeah, which stress is one of the biggest killers in America, right? It affects our health and it causes us to go crazy, and then we go into nursing homes and things. So it is a way just to really sleep well at night, just to go, okay, I know that from all of my years of working, I've got that nest egg. I can use a portion of that nest egg, convert it into a private pension plan, still have some other money to do some other things with, right? And so it's not like you're taking the entire nest egg to create an income plan most of the time. You're just taking
No.
pieces and portions. Unpack that a little bit because I think it gets really confusing.
Right. No, exactly. Yeah. In fact, it wouldn't be acting in your best interest to put all of your eggs in one basket ever. You
Mhm.
should have a spread of risk based upon each individual's or family's tolerance. And so, a lot of times, what we'll do is you need to have green money ready and available, we'll say in the checking savings account,
Mhm.
CDs, stuff like that, or the safe, under the mattress, whatever you want to
Yeah.
do, that's just readily available. You can go take out, deposit money freely. There's no issues with it. You should also have some money segmented over into the market, meaning the stock market. And
Mhm.
so that way, yes, there is risk involved with that, where you can lose some, a portion, or all of your funds in there, but you also have the upside where you can earn more
Mhm.
money as well. That'll be extra funds for if you need $10,000 for a new car, or you're taking a trip to Europe and you just
Right.
want 10 grand to be able to pull out and know that, hey, that's the money we're spending for that. Then you should also have a third kind of bucket set aside that can't be affected due to market correction or losses or anything like that, and set up as a guaranteed income stream to, again, fund your everyday expenses, whether that's your monthly bills or just stuff that, we're going out to dinner. It's not necessarily to pay for a trip, but it's to do
Right.
all the stuff. Sometimes we like to say with our clients, you need to have paychecks and play checks. So
Mm.
you need to have a paycheck to take care of those monthly bills, whether
Yeah.
cable, heating, cooling, all that type of stuff. But you don't just want to get to retirement and just have, well, I can pay my bills and that's it. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
I can do. You need to have play checks set
Yeah.
up because that way you can enjoy the fruits of your labor for the last 40 years. You can do
Right.
stuff because in retirement, every day is Saturday.
Yeah.
While you're working, Saturday is the day you spend the most money, the most time doing other stuff because the rest of the week you're working. So you're going
Mhm.
shopping and stuff like that on the weekends when you're still working. When you get to retirement, now every day is Saturday. You're
Right.
going out golfing, you're doing all the fun stuff. You need to make sure you can still enjoy and do those things. And again, the only way to do that is to have a portion of your nest egg or retirement assets set up to guarantee those paychecks and playchecks coming in.
That's awesome. I love that idea of paychecks, playchecks, of private pension plans, and all of that. They're all part of this income shield that Matt and his team help you create to really protect your income, protect your family, and remove a ton of stress and worry and anxiety during your retirement. And so there, Matt's book really takes a deeper dive into this. And so if you want a free copy of Matt's book, Ironclad Retirement, if you just go to ironcladretirement.com, you'll be able to find a free copy of Matt's book. Go request it, read it, and then reach out and have a conversation with Matt, because this is just one element. We're going to talk over the next few weeks of some other elements of a what we would call a retirement shield that would be ironclad. I mean, it's solid, it's impenetrable because of the way Matt and his team help you protect your family and the money that you have. So, Matt, that's a great explanation of chapter 1 of your book, The Income Shield. And next time we get together, we're gonna dive into the next one, which I think some people might be really interested in. I think we're gonna talk about the Social Security Shield. So let's dive into that, man. Thanks for a great episode. So much knowledge.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael.